Hello, best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having the most incredible day. This is the first time you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian, and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every single day, honey. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend who spills pop culture tea, who hopefully will make you laugh and be messy with you, bitch, this is your channel, girl. It's like we are on a FaceTime call, honey, and we are just living it up, bitch, okay? So grab a snack and a drink, get comfortable, put that pillow over your tummy, because we got to talk about this book right here. So, you guys, I definitely read all your comments, and there are things that are out in the press that you guys want me to comment on. And I want to be, I don't want to be like the spoiler channel or give everything that's in the book. So I'm talking about things that are already out there because, so many things from the book is out there. But there are also some things, hidden gems that, we will not expose until you read the book or until it's out. I just don't want to be that fan. So this is already out, but we're going to talk about it in more detail. And we're going to be talking about, of course, the infamous VMA's performance of Gimme More. Britney goes into detail what actually did happen. I do have the rose. I know some of you guys don't have the rose. I don't know why some do and some don't, but well, I'm grateful I had the rose. Also, you guys, did you know that the people that went to the Crossroads premiere, they got a perfume and they got the book? I didn't know that, bitch. So I'm going to give you like where she was at the time, okay? So this was obviously in 2007. Blackout had come out in Halloween, right? Around Halloween. Blackout is definitely, I think it's one of the best albums ever made. I think just every song is so amazing. And Britney actually talks about how she thinks that this album was like the easiest to record. And she had a really great time recording it. And she thinks it's one of her best albums. So she was coming out of a rehab facility. There was a huge custody issue. Kevin was not allowing her to see her sons. She just shaved in her head. They forced her into a rehab for substance abuse, even though she didn't have substance abuse. She had like anger from everything that was happening. Her children were being taken away. She was nonstop being followed. Her family was treating her like, a horrible mistake dog thing. She was, being ridiculed by the whole world. She was in really bad shape. And something that I think people forget is this girl right here is only human. You know what I mean? She's only human. So, anywho, when the VMAs came about, she was forced to do a performance. And her team basically wanted her to prove to the world that she was fine and that everything was going perfect, okay? But the only issue was that she was not okay. And she admitted she was not okay. She was, she was definitely feeling the pressures of everything that she's had to endure. She says that there was a problem with my costume and with my hair extensions, and that she had not slept the night before. She was dizzy, and it was less than a year since she had her second baby. And this is something interesting. Everyone was acting like me, like mine not having a six-pack abs was offensive. Now, this is definitely something that people made fun of a lot. They were fat shaming her, body shaming her. They were just tearing her every single piece because she was not looking like the Britney Spears before. The VMA stage obviously was a huge stage for her. She had incredible performances of, the Baby One More Time performance, the Satisfaction Oops performance, and then of course the Slave for You, Python performance, which, by the way, the snake's name is Banana, for those who don't know. Okay, so one thing that it was rumored, but it wasn't sure, and it's already out there, so, I'm not spilling anything or spoiling anything, but she ran into Justin Timberlake backstage. And at that time, Justin Timberlake was on top of his game, okay? He was doing amazing. Everybody loved him. His songs were #1. Like, he was just, he was living it up. And, of course, Britney was being torn down any chance people got, they were tearing her down. So she ran into him and she was having a full-on panic attack. That is already out there. And she hadn't rehearsed enough and she hated the way she looked. And she knew it was going to look bad. But her team wanted her to go out there and I guess, you know, pretend everything is fine. But I'm telling you something, I think her team was very less than smart. Because why would you force somebody to go on stage when they were not being fine? If all you're worried is about her brand and her image to the world, you just shot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? Because obviously you're showing the world that she was not okay, because she was not, and she admits it. She said that she went out there to do her best. And she could see herself through the video monitors throughout the auditorium while she performed. And she says that it was looking like she was looking at a funhouse mirror. And she says that, you know, it was not a good performance. And she says that, of course, all performers have bad performances. But this obviously came with a horrible backlash. Sarah Silverman, which was the host of the show, called, you know, her two babies the two most perfect, most adorable mistakes you'll ever see. I mean, Britney honestly had to endure so much. And on top of it, you know, she's only human. I cannot imagine her having to be in the situation she was, and then seeing her ex, because he performed with Timbaland and with Nelly Furtado afterwards, looking and feeling so amazing after everything he put her through, cheating on her 100 times, then making her come out as the villain, then, you know, just so many things. And then Kevin and him ignoring her and, you know, only worrying about his album and not being there as a father, and then taking the kids away from her when he realized that his music career was not going anywhere. Like, it is just so much that this woman had to endure. And the worst part is, like, we didn't know. We would only see the headlines, because back then nobody really was talking so much about mental health. And you know, even though that performance was in a lot of people's eyes one of her worst performances, you know, Blackout did amazing. Until this day, Blackout is a favorite album amongst a lot of the fans. And, you know, something that really makes me so sad is when I look at that performance now. I don't know about you, but ever since the book has come out, I've been wanting to go back and look at performances and see, like, oh my God, this was happening then, this was happening then. And, you know, I'll tell you something. I think I think had we been, and we're still not, because she still gets so much garbage and so much disgusting comments, but people are a little bit more nicer and a little bit more evolved with the idea of mental health, and a little bit more patient and a little bit more understanding. Had we had just a little bit of compassion back then, I don't think that Britney would have been made fun of so much. I think so many people would have defended her. So many people would have come out, you know, especially in the social media days that we live in. But it's just, you know, it's very sad. But I'll tell you something. For some reason, that performance is one of my favorite performances. I don't know why. I think it's just such a badass statement of, I'm not here to be your picture perfect product. I'm human. I have human emotions. And she's saying she was not fine, and you could definitely tell. And I think that it was a very real and raw situation, and I think that it showed her as a human, and I love that. And I just hate so much that they tore her up so horribly for that. And I remember watching For the Record when that came out, when they were preparing for the Circus album. She was on the way to the VMAs the year after to open the show, and then she won the 3 Moon Man. And MTV was playing like all of her iconic moments, and she asked if they played the one from last year. And obviously they didn't. But she said, you know, you're going to have good performances and bad performances. But even then, Britney didn't share everything she's sharing now. So she had to swallow so much of what actually happened. And that makes me so sad of her, of thinking that she was suffering so much in silence. You know what I mean? So anyways, she is very, very, very strong, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of this book. I'm so proud that I read the whole thing. I want to put this book as like a table. I want to put it here. Let me show you where I want to put it. I want to put it, hang on, let me get this phone out. So I want to put it like here on this table right here. But like, I don't want people touching it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people touching it. So I need to figure out a way where I could just like, you know, maybe when I get paid, I'll buy another book. This could be like my collection. And then I could have like the table one. What do you think? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. All right. Well, you heard what he said. Okay. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.